To the disillusioned, the cynical, and the stubbornly hopeful, may this satirical journey offer both laughter and a renewed sense of purpose. To those who refuse to accept the status quo, who believe that a better future is not just possible, but urgently needed, this book is dedicated. It's for the weary warriors fighting the good fight, even when the enemy seems to be winning through sheer absurdity. It's a tribute to those who dare to laugh in the face of impending doom, knowing that laughter, even dark laughter, is sometimes the most potent weapon we have. This is for the non-affiliated, the independents, the free thinkers, the ones who refuse to be neatly categorized and corralled into the predictable pens of partisan politics. This book is a toast to your continued resistance, your persistent questioning, and your unwavering belief in the power of the people to reclaim their democracy from the clutches of the Apprentice president and his chaotic court. You should also buy this book because it might help you wake up in the middle of the night screaming in terror at the prospect of a near future that looks all too possible and all too horrible. This book is dedicated to anyone who still believes in America and anyone who has given up on America. This book is for you if you think we're headed toward World War III, the end of democracy, the end of the planet, or if you think we're all doomed no matter what. So why bother? This book is for you if you haven't quite given up, but you're tired of voting for the lesser of two evils, choosing between plague and pestilence, malaria and cholera, being forced to pick sides between the red team and the blue team who seem determined to cancel each other out in an endless game of tug-of-war, with our country hanging precariously in the middle. This book is for you if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. If you feel that nothing changes, nobody cares, and the best we can hope for is to survive the next 4 years without having to eat the dog. The following pages are not intended to be a straightforward political treatise. Rather, they constitute a darkly comedic exploration of a very real possibility. A future where reality TV and big tech collide with the highest office in the land. While the specifics of the narrative are fictional, the anxieties that fuel it are deeply rooted in the present. The erosion of trust in institutions, the widening wealth gap, the weaponization of information. These are not abstract concepts, but pressing realities that threaten to unravel the fabric of American democracy. I've employed satire not as a means of trivializing these issues, but as a tool to expose their absurdity, to shock readers into recognizing the precarious position we occupy. Humor, even of the darkly comedic variety, can be a powerful catalyst for change. It can cut through the noise, provoke reflection, and inspire action. Through exaggeration and caricature, I aim to illuminate the dangers of unchecked power, the seductive allure of populism, and the vital importance of active, informed citizenship. My hope is that this book will not only entertain but also incite readers to become more engaged, more critical, and more determined in their fight to secure a more just and equitable future for all. Imagine, if you will, a second term. Not just any second term, but a second term so bizarre, so chaotic, so utterly unbelievable that it would make even the most seasoned political observer question the very nature of reality. In this book, we venture into that alternate, yet disturbingly plausible, reality. We revisit the January 6th insurrection, not as a historical event relegated to the past, but as a continuing threat, a lingering shadow over the fragile institutions of our democracy. We delve into the increasingly blurred lines between politics, technology, and religion, where algorithms dictate policy and faith trumps facts. We witness the terrifying spectacle of an administration run like a reality TV show, its leaders more concerned with ratings than with governance. The narrative explores the perilous dance between unchecked power, the seductive appeal of populism, and the chilling potential of a technologically driven oligarchy. This is not a story about heroes or villains in a simplistic morality tale. It's a complex tapestry woven from the threads of ambition, delusion, and the desperate hope for a better future. It's a satire, yes, but one that takes seriously the warning signs flashing before our eyes, a dark comedy that underscores a profound truth. The health of our democracy is not something to be taken for granted, but a battle that requires our constant vigilance and active participation. This book is an invitation to engage in that struggle, to laugh, to cry, to question, and ultimately to act. The fate of our nation, after all, may well depend on it. For centuries, the United States of America has been a beacon of democracy, a shining city on a hill. Or was it a beacon of liberty? Well, anyway, the point is, things have changed. Those shiny democratic ideals are looking a little tarnished. The country is divided, the economy is tanking, and let's face it, the whole political circus has left us feeling more than a little queasy. But fear not, my fellow Americans, for I have a solution, a candidate who embodies the very essence of our nation's soul, the embodiment of everything we hold dear. No, I'm not talking about the well-meaning but ultimately ineffective moderate. And no, not that populist demagogue either. Allow me to introduce you to the Apprentice President, a leader whose priorities are crystal clear. The Apprentice President is committed to bringing back manufacturing jobs, protecting our borders, and putting America first. He'll tackle the opioid crisis, reduce poverty, and reignite economic growth. And when it comes to foreign policy, he'll negotiate from a position of strength, showing the world that America is back to grabbing stuff that we want, back to starting wars we do not understand, and back to making deals that benefit American businesses, whether our allies like it or not. The Apprentice President won't take guff from China, he'll bring manufacturing back to the United States. What's more, he'll drain the swamp of Washington corruption by appointing loyalists to key positions and ignoring ethics rules that are clearly just a nuisance. When it comes to healthcare, he'll let the free market work its magic, leaving more money in Americans' pockets and giving them the freedom to choose their own plans. And who cares if millions lack access to affordable care? That's not the Apprentice President's problem. He's got bigger fish to fry, like building that wall and making Mexico pay for it. His economic plan is simple: cut taxes, deregulate businesses, and unleash the entrepreneurial spirit of the American people. Trade deals won't be about workers' rights or environmental protections, but about who can exploit people and resources the most effectively. The Apprentice President won't worry about climate change. Instead, he'll put coal miners back to work and bring back those good old coal-powered days. As for social issues, he'll leave those to the states, except for abortion, which he'll ban outright, regardless of public opinion. And when it comes to immigration, he'll crack down hard, ending birthright citizenship and building a border wall so big and beautiful that no undocumented immigrants will ever get through. Sure, some of these policies might seem extreme, but the Apprentice President isn't afraid to take bold action. And who knows, maybe in the process, he'll break a few laws, ignore constitutional rights, and trample on a few sacred democratic norms. After all, in the Apprentice President's America, it's not about following the rules. It's about getting the job done, his way. So, if you're ready for a president who puts winning above all else, who doesn't shy away from breaking a few eggs to make an omelet, who's willing to sacrifice principles for the sake of short-term gains, then vote for the Apprentice President. He's the leader we need to bring America back to greatness, back to being the greatest nation on earth, back to being the laughingstock of the world. The choice is yours, America. Will you go along with this terrifying vision, or will you try to stop it? The Apprentice President is counting on your apathy, your cynicism, and your short-sightedness. But if you can look beyond the glitz and the glamour, if you can see through the smoke and mirrors, if you can recognize the danger that this man represents, then you might just be able to save your country. The question is, will you?